Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Scuderia AlphaTauri career mode. So today, we're going to be doing one full race on the channel, just to show how everything is going. We're definitely not going to make it into Q3, I don't think, which is sad. We've made a lot of upgrades to the cars, and I'm not sure if we have the right strategy for everything set up with the car or the development of the car. In terms of the build for the car, so we've got chassis number 4 is on the car. It's a huge boost from where we started. Front wing number 3 is on the car now as well. Rear wing number 4, if you look at the rear wing number 1, we've got a huge boost in top speed, DRS effectiveness, and the high speed cornering is looking really nice as well. But also we have gained a little bit of dirty air tolerance, which is nice. Side pods, we have a new side pod ready for this weekend. Side pod number 3 gives us a nice boost in that top speed and also in that cornering. It's going to be nice for the car. The underfloor number 3 compared to underfloor number 1 is quite a considerable bit better. Look at the high speed cornering as a huge advantage, and that is very necessary for this weekend. We also have a nice top speed boost from the underfloor and suspension number 4 compared to the first. And we lose a slight bit of top speed in compared to number 1. So if we look at it this way, it's easier to see. We've lost a little bit of top speed, but we gain a lot of high speed cornering, and obviously the brake cooling goes up as well, which is quite beneficial for me. And we're at Zandvoort for the next race, and we've got Felipe Drugovich, Yuki Tsunoda still in the cars. If you look at the car analysis, let's change to who's in front of us. Alpine. So we've got now a better car in comparison to, say, the Alpine out here. If you compare, say, the chassis, they've got a lot more engine cooling, but we've got more drag and airflow. So with these upgrades, hopefully we're able to be in a good spot for the Dutch Grand Prix. And so let's get right into where we should be for the practice and the qualifying. So this is practice 1. Let's hit up the car setup. And so this is going to be the car setup that we're going to go for. Front wing at 9.5, rear wing at 13.5. Anti-roll at 6.4, tyre camber at 3.2, and the toe out is at 0.75 for the car. So let's simulate the qualifying, simulate the practice rather, not the qualifying. And that's complete. We look at the car, 6 and 9 for the car now with these upgrades. It's looking good. We have 89 satisfaction on the left, and on the right for Tsunoda 97%, which is very good and very nice. So next up is qualifying. Let's head straight into there and see how far we get. Here we are, Zandvoort quali. The team is working hard. Surely we're in for a big Q3 performance. This is going to be the car, of course. This is a pretty strong method in terms of getting your cars in. 2 flying laps is always good to go for. And Q1 should be easy and a formality for the cars anyways. Let's send Drugovich out and see what he can do at the start as well. We'll give him a little bit of a gap to Tsunoda, and we'll send Tsunoda out as well. These are the cars heading out for the first lap. We'll go ahead and skip basically everything. Q1 should be super easy for these cars. Q2, we might be on the border a little bit, and then we'll see what we can do in Q3. As you can see, we're super close to the Mercedes car there. Do we improve on the second lap? We don't, which is a shame. It looks like it's just not working the qualifying how it used to. We're not expecting any rain at all, which is good. And that's the first run done. We'll see what everyone else does for the first run as well. And, well, while they're out there, I thought I might as well try something. I might as well send them out for 2 flying laps again on the same set of tyres, just to see what happens, if we can improve or not. From the bottom, we've got Sainz, Verstappen, Ocon, and Stroll, who may overtake us in the qualifying speed, of course. But then the rest of the cars down at the bottom of the grid, I don't think will be close to getting in front of us. So this is the outlaps for the cars. Once they get around to the start finish, we'll see what sort of sectors they're putting in on the used tyres. 2 yellows, a green for Tsunoda. Yeah, but it doesn't look like they're going to improve the laps. This second lap, well, Tsunoda's got a green first sector, but I don't think they're going to... Oh, don't tell me that was one of my cars. Okay, it was Oscar Piastri. No problem. Thank God for that. Okay, and this is what the session looks like after the red flag. We've still got 4 minutes left to go. Q1 should be super easy for us to make it out of. I don't think I'll send the cars back out. Not long left in this session now. Should be absolutely easy for us to fly through, and we do. 7 and 10. not too bad at all from the cars in Q1. Okay, guys, same strategy for Q2. I don't want to use 2 sets of tyres in Q2, to be honest. But whatever happens, happens. We'll send Dragovic out first and Tsunoda. Again, looking for the 2 laps, but there is a bit of a glitch sometimes where you don't change any settings and it puts your drivers back on 1 flying lap, which is what has happened here. But that's just the way it is, I guess. Not too happy with that, but that's just the way it goes. We're faster than the Aston Martins on this first lap. Let's go. So as you can see, that was not my fault. 2 flying laps is selected, but the cars definitely only did 1 flying lap. And I'm going to send them back out for another flying lap on that same set of tyres, although they'll have 2 slow laps on them as well. But I'm going to take control this time so we can burn up a little bit more fuel and see where we can go with that. And this is what it looks like. Just push absolutely everything, guys, on your quali lap and hope for the best. We'll finish this lap and then we'll get back into the garage. See what happens. 4 and 5 so far. That's pretty good. I want to harvest as well, actually. Let's see if we can get some good battery back in the car before the last laps. And we're looking pretty good already. Let's see what everyone else puts in for a time after they've done their laps as well. Oh, actually, it's very close to being in the bottom 5. But not too bad, not too bad. We might have to send another set of tyres. So I'm going to guess the outlap is around about 2 minutes. I didn't really calculate anything, but we can see a fast lap's 110, so we've got loads of time. All the cars are going around now. We're sat 9 and 5. There is a chance we could get knocked out with 1 or 2 cars at this point. So we'll have to see what we're doing with that. I'm not going to push the fuel on this lap. We're going to leave it as it is. We'll get a little bit of temperature into the tyres, but I'll try and save them. So here we go. Hopefully we'll make this, yeah, we'll make it very easily. Let me just quickly pause, push the car for this last lap, and hopefully the boys are able to put in some good times. Please, green sectors. Please, a green second sector. Oh, man. You don't want to do green sectors, then we'll just get knocked out, won't we? Dragovic gets knocked out. Why? Fresh set of softs. Neither of the cars improves. That's I'm not too sure why they don't want to improve in the last part of the qualifying. On the better track, on the fresher tyres, does a slower time than Q1. Same as everyone else, really. That's no good for us. And now we've got 2 full sets for Tsunoda in Q3 as well, which is very nice. See what we can do with him. Okay, so we're into Q3 with Yuki Tsunoda. And of course, we're going to be running the softs with we're on plan 2 flying laps. We'll send him out onto the track now. Get those 2 flying laps out of the way. And then we will see what happens, because I have an idea that might work for the end of quali and might not punish us if we can get it done in a interesting way. We have a huge first lap. We're faster than the Williams and the Haas car. We're on an in-lap now. We're currently set P4. Faster than a Mercedes as well, which is nice. And so we'll be running close to the end of the session. So this is going to be 1 flying lap, 1 set of softs. And the method is send him out for an outlap, then we hit a slow lap, and then on the last lap we hit a flying lap, and then we DNF as we cross the line with running out of fuel. I think it's a pretty good idea. We need a slow lap. It's going to be about 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and the outlap is around the same time. So around about 4 minutes, we'll send the car out and see how that goes. So just to make sure we've got the soft on. We've got the run plan is just 1 lap, which is fine. And we'll send him out about now. See what happens. I'm going to take control of the car. We won't be pushing anything. Just we'll get the tyres up into a sort of a good range. Then this is going to be classed as the flying lap for Tsunoda. But I'm going to hit a little sneaky. We're not going to push him. Then when we get to the end of this lap, let's get around to the last corner. Let's hit the pause. Let's push the car for the last lap of the race, of the qualifying rather. As he gets past, we're going to cancel the car calling. We're going to be pushing the car, which gives us super low fuel. And also means that the other cars up the red flag don't get to run their car. Hopefully, that is the thought process. And if we can hit a huge sector in this quali, the tyres are in a good range. The fuel is very low and we're using DRS. We're hitting a green sector 1. What is sector 2 going to be? Hopefully not a yellow. That would be terrible. The fuel is okay. Okay, a yellow sector 2. We're still leaving the car out. And a sector 3. I can't believe we hit a yellow sector 2, Yuki, man. He's going to come around. And the cars behind us will be on flying laps. And he doesn't improve. Yuki, man. What an absolute waste of time that was to not improve. But now the car will DNF on the track. Yep, so the other... they allow the other cars to finish. That is just so sad that he doesn't improve on the low fuel either. I know we DNF, but the time just wasn't good enough. We could have been maybe P5 with a better run. And here we are, guys. We do have... I just want to check something. With the sponsors, what can we edit here? Position gains. That would be quite interesting. That, of course. But you have to put it in for both drivers. And it wants us to finish in 7th and 4th, which is pretty hard. That's a 1 position gain each. Did I tick that? I don't want to tick it. But that is another easy way to make some money. If you start near the back of the grid, say if you've got a penalty and you want to put a position gain on, your drivers will be able to move up the grid. So we're starting in P8 and P5 with the drivers today at the Dutch Grand Prix. We can check the compounds of the tyres that we've got. We've got 1 fresh set of softs, which is a bit of a problem, isn't it? The same here for Sonoda, so we'll be probably running the worst set of softs at the end of the Grand Prix. We start like this with the drivers. We'll obviously boost everything for the start of the race as well. And it gives us the best chance off the start of the Grand Prix. And we'll see how it goes with the cars on the grid. No one cares about the intro bit. But here we go. The full race will be recorded for today's episode. We've already gone through quali and it's about 10 minutes maybe or so. So this is where we start. 4. Was it 4? Or was it 5? Well, it's up to 4 now with Sonoda being very feisty up against the George Russell card. We've got the 2 Red Bulls at the front. No surprise there. A couple of other cars. Anyone at the back that shouldn't be there? No, it's just everyone's in the order apart from Webb. Jumped right up into the top 10. Which is good. The Alpines are normally around this sort of point. Science is far down, Stroll is far down as well. Maybe those guys got penalties and were able to give us a little boost, but this is the first few laps. Usually you can gain a position, you could lose a position, and then after about 4 or 5 laps is when you need to stop pushing the tyres. And Drugovich is in a great spot. To be fair, with his softs have better percentages than everyone else. So we'll keep pushing. We're not gaining, we're not losing. I like to go battle assist and neutral for the cars around here. We're right behind Russell now with Sonoda, and he's fallen right off the back of the Ferrari, and we're not quite catching up. Let's go neutral there as well, which is quite sad. Maybe the mechs are a bit faster, but I feel like if Sonoda could overtake Russell, then we'd be on for a hot P4 there. But of course I can't push the Sonoda tyres too long. What was that? Sonoda overtakes Russell. Well, now he's behind him anyways. That was a shame. Missed that. Maybe it was just for a moment. Nice move from the outside to the inside, but as you can see, nothing's happening there. But Drugovich as well is still pretty close up behind. I don't want to push this soft tyre too much and lose it towards the end of the stint. Sonoda still pestering Russell. Let's see what we can do towards here. I'm going to push Sonoda and we're going to see if we can hit an overtake around. So we'll have DRS here. And he's going for the move now. That's pretty good move. Hopefully we can stay ahead of him for the next straight. Is it, who's going to get it? Well, that's just what happens. Wow. Thanks, Russell, bro. Thank you, man, for crashing us out of that one. Unbelievable, guys. P4 to out of the race. Was that Sonoda's fault? Maybe. Damn it, man. The car is absolutely finished now at the race. There's no way he's still alive. There is no damage. There is no way Tsunoda is carrying on. He's got a 5-second time penalty. That is unbelievable. I genuinely can't believe that. We'll keep everything as it is. We'll go top up to try and conserve a little bit of the tyres so we're not pushing too hard. Tsunoda with a 5-second penalty from P4/P5. But that's pretty sad now. Drugovich has been overtaken. What a strange happening there. Come on, Drugovich, try and pull away from that. Not pulling away still, doesn't want to pull away. We've got cars in front, I guess we're in sort of a little bit of a DRS train. Where are we now? Down the backside. Ah, I'm so sad that's Tsunoda. Now it's a red flag.
Red flag, red flag.
Or is it a VSC? Okay, it's a red flag. What happened? Tsunoda involved in another crash, but he's not with the race this time. Wow, man. Tsunoda retired. Okay, perfect. So that is the end of that. I think we're gonna go. I'm gonna go medium to hard. Right, we're gonna go medium to hard. I think is the best option. Give us a. I don't want to start on the hards and go long and be stuck losing positions at the start with Drugovich, but still in the points with Felipe. Tsunoda lost all sorts of confidence through the start there. no good at all for him. But we'll go absolutely sending it with Drugovich to see if we can make up some positions. But Tsunoda's out of the race, guys. This is really a problem with having drivers that are below, say, like 84, 85, 86 rated. They just crash all the time if you're pushing. Drugovich has had his fair share of crashes, but he's overtaken Fernando Alonso this time, and we're very close to being in line with Esteban Ocon. What is everyone else is on softs and medium, Stroll's on a hard to try and go along with that Aston Martin way down the order. Yeah, but we'll see what we can do with Drugovich. It's a good chance for us to run towards the end of the race. We'll see as well as it puts on. Yeah, it's put us on full push. I don't really want a full push these tires. So if we add a strategy, add the stint, we've got the hards. Of course, I'm not too sure, but that is, well, that's not really what I want to do, is it? I want to have a box around here, but when it's showing us as a 5 on the push scale for the tires, we can't really figure out where we're going to go until we've done a few laps with the tires. We're still behind Ocon in P5. That definitely looks like something we can overtake, doesn't it? Down this back straight now, we've got a bit of a gap in front of him actually, and I don't think we're going to be close to him, to be honest, not yet anyways. Which means, do we start bringing the tires down now? Is that going to work out so well for us? I think it's not going to end up too badly, to be honest. And if we top up, why are you going so slow, Drugovich, bro? Why are you going so slow? Is that just the way the car is? That he's just so slow if we take him off push on the tyres? Which, that's no good. That is no good, because Alonso behind us will start to catch us up. But let's see how the tyres are looking. Please, for the love of God, don't get overtaken by the Haas behind you. Let's see what the tyres are looking like after a few more laps here. Right, that if Hulk keeps falling away, that's perfect for us. And we can sort of stay within this range now. Yeah, Hulk, no DRS, and we're gaining on Alonso, which is nice to walk on as well in front. So we're looking at a 6 to an 8 finish with Drugovich. Makes it easier. We're not managing 2 cars, but still I would prefer to have had Tsunoda in that sort of spot up here. But of course the red flag was thanks to him. So that's no good, is it? So the car, it's not looking like it's improving too much. I didn't even change the strategy on the options. So there we go. If we put this strategy on, that is sort of what we're aiming to make sure we do now. Hulkenberg locks up. That's fine by me. Means we're going to be solid in the positions that we're in. So how are we going to increase the gap? Maybe we have to run the hards for a bit longer. If we go to edit this, something like this. So does that mean we could just push the tires all the way to the end of this stint and then box onto the hards, even though some tires have already used their hards? just kinda makes sense, and we'll be stuck on the hards for half of the race, and we'll probably fall way off the pace. But that's just the way it's going to be. Drugovic is going to be on for some good points here. Still stuck in a DRS train right now, which means we just have to manage a little bit. Ocon has been overtaken by Alonso, and so we'll push at the moment. We're on high overtake as well. Hopefully we're able to make a good move on Ocon with this extra pushing on the tyres. If not, we've got good fuel laps, but I don't want Alonso to pull too far away, then we'd have absolutely no chance of making any sort of moves after that. Drugovic DRS down the main straight. Alonso is running the soft tyres as well. That obviously means that these guys are going to have to box, but that's okay. As soon as we get to the hard stint, you know, if anything happens after that, the compounds are looking pretty empty. So we might be a little bit screwed, but hopefully if everyone else boxes, we'll jump them on that as well. Nothing happening too much right now. We're kind of struggling to really make any sort of impression. Ocon's running pretty quickly. Now we're in much better position after pushing for an extra lap or so. But he's still within DRS of Alonso. This is DRS here. Is he going to make a move? No, not yet. Ocon's still falling away from Alonso, just a couple tenths, but the DRS keeps reeling him back in. And again here, we're going to have DRS. But the Ocon car is just too fast for us at the moment. Which means let's start conserving a little bit of fuel. We should still stay within that big 1 second gap while pushing the tyres. We've got a good amount of laps here while we gain some fuel back. As you can see, absolutely fine for us. It'll mean we can push later on the hard stint as well. We're staying within DRS, still staying within DRS. There's not much of a chance for an overtake. We've had good tyres, and still nothing is working out too well for an overtake. I don't want us to fall too far behind. And let's just go for a little bit of an extra fuel there, and then we'll conserve back around this rest of the lap. Makes sense. Medium, and then low after we've hit the DRS. Into the DRS balance, then out the DRS, conserved. And ooh, that was a car boxed in. Who was that? Was that Ocon? Someone boxed. I don't know who that was, but someone boxed anyways. But yeah, we'll stick to this sort of strategy, balanced for the DRS, and then we'll conserve for the other side of the track. And we're still sat in 6th. Nothing's too good just yet. But what's happening? We're now 3 seconds off of Ocon. It's just the way it is. The tyres not looking too good, but we'll stay on balance now. Looking towards the end of the stint, we've got a big gap in front and a big gap behind. We were never really in a range for an overtake of the car in front, and if we can keep Stroll behind us, that would be perfect. Alonso is into the box now, and we'll have to see what he comes out on. What's he coming out on? Is that another set of softs for Alonso? Let's pause that real quick. Alonso is on a set of softs. At this stage of the race, you're not making it to the end on a set of softs. That's for sure. And let's look at the compounds that we've got. Oh, can I not see the available compounds? Alright, so we've got a set of softs. Ooh, does that mean... do we have 2 sets of softs or what? That is not a fresh set of softs, that is for sure. So is this what he wants to do? Box onto soft now. And then 41, 35, 34. What's faster? The double softs is faster, but is an extra stop. I feel like the hards are still the better strategy for us. Here we are. We definitely have to box this lap. The mediums are falling off. We'll get ready for pushing. We'll go for a little bit of a top up as we go around, and on this last lap for Drugovic, who's currently in P4, which is way up the order. Now we pit stop issue. Man, this race is awful. Tsunoda 2 crashes. Drugovic pit stop issue. Man, it just doesn't work out well for us in the end, does it? At least ties up the temperature, and we'll hold off like this. Battle assist on, and we'll push the fuel just to start off. Look at the gap, man. What's this? Like 10 seconds, even more than that maybe, up to Alonso, who we were right behind earlier. And now that's basically our race is finished for Drugovich, which is a stinker. I'm actually quite upset by that, to be honest with you. Losing even more time behind with even Albon's overtake. What tyres is Alex Albon on? Did he box onto a set of softs as well? He did. And we're running the hards to the end, so when he boxes, he'll be back behind us. Now we're just sort of coasting until the end of the race. Drugovich P13. All the cars in front will still have to box. Even Hulkenberg, man. We're losing time still. But we can't really push the tyres at this stage of the race. That's not exactly ideal, is it? To be losing all the time. But whatever happens, happens. Drugovich not the fastest of drivers. We do have a pretty good car, as you saw there in qualifying. We managed to make a good couple positions. But it wasn't to be. Some more cars are boxing now. We're still sat in P11. Some cars in front who's had... literally everyone has to box again onto probably softs or mediums. So that's where we'll jump a few cars at least. Maybe up to P6 or P7. And then that's where we'll be way up into the points. It could even be P5 for the when everyone boxes. But I feel like this is a pretty good strategy to come out with. I'm sad about Tsunoda crashing out, but it allows us just to focus on one car, I guess. Tsunoda, pretty sad. He was way up the ranking as well. If you guys as well are trying a similar strategy to this, way you know you hit a safety car or a VSC or a red flag, and you feel like this is a sort of a good option. Maybe I could have gone longer on the mediums to push into a different sort of strategy at the end, but here we are. Who do we have left to box? There's 11 laps, and everyone in front of us is is boxed, and we still sit P10. So maybe the hard strategy was terrible. I don't want a car behind us to catch us up either. But it looks like we are going to get caught by a few cars. And there goes a Haas. Damn, maybe we did play this one wrong. I did feel like this was going to happen. It always will do when you box early onto a different set of tyres. We're going to have to push the tyres all the way to the end now. But that was really thanks to our other driver, Tsunoda, who cost us 2 points finishing positions. Unless there's another crash or something in front of us that happens and we're able to gain from that. I'm not too sure, but these hard tyres are probably going to fall off. Drugovich now down to P14. Damn it, man. Thanks to Tsunoda. Absolutely ruined our race by crashing twice. The first BSC caused a bit of a problem. He fell all the way down, and then the red flag with the crash as well. Just not good from Yuki Tsunoda, which is why, guys, the Alpha Tauri definitely needs some new drivers at the end of the season. Drugovich is not fast enough in race pace. Tsunoda crashes all the time. I don't know. I think finishing in the top 15 is part of the. If we box now, is estimated 20 seconds. Does it tell us what position we want to come out in? 21 seconds. So if we look here, that would put us 25. So we'd still be top 15. Do you reckon we could go for a fast lap? If we box now. Let's conserve and harvest there as well. And send these hard ties to the box. Then we should come out P15. Send it around here. And by the time we get to the end of this lap, if we push and pray that we're able to make the fast lap, that would at least be something to be proud of in this race. Just a little bit of fun at the end of the race. Way ahead of the other cars. Our sector's green sector, who set maybe a purple sector in the middle, was stuck behind a McLaren. Who are fighting, actually. That's no good. Maybe the DRS would have been helpful, but no. That's no good at all. We won't be setting the fastest lap, will we? But we still finished P14. I guess that's just the way it is. That's just really disappointing, isn't it? I knew the hard tyres was going to be a push, but I had a little bit of belief in Drugovich. There's Yuki Tsunoda. Absolutely look how sad the team looks, Yuki, man. Absolutely ruined it. And Drugovich down 6 spots from P8 and Tsunoda with a DNF. And I am dreading it because I know... Look at that, 6 and 7, Yuki. We was in such a good spot. And... man, that's just the way it is. if we go and look at the car now, I am assuming the car is going to be absolutely ripped to pieces. Car 2 is missing the chassis, which we do have another one of. Thankfully, the front wing we don't have another one of, and we'll need to manufacture that one. The race is in 3 days, but we can get another front wing made in time. What else is missing on the car? The suspension as well. And we have no manufacturing capacity for the suspension, so we'll have to quickly make that. The gearbox, another look at the gearboxes, man. He literally smashes a gearbox every race. It's unbelievable. The engine is finished. Look, the money as well. We can't keep the money up because the cars just keep crashing and getting a lot of wear on them. So we'll have to change those for the next race. An inspection field for the rear wing and the powertrain is coming close to needing replacing on Drogovic's car. But guys, that has been one full episode, one full race. We're down to 14 million. There, the car builds, of course, need some action making to them. What a shame. No points from being so high up in the order as well. We had a great chance to do that, but sadly we didn't manage to do it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. We'll be back with maybe 2-3 races in an episode. Of course, the Mercedes One Season Wonder Challenge is being uploaded as well. So we've got 1 season with Mercedes to win the Drivers and the Constructors Championship. So far, I believe we're P2 in the Drivers with Lewis and P1 in the Constructors with the Mercedes, which is pretty good. Obviously, Max Verstappen is driving super fast. The chassis, I can just do it on here. Chassis is already on both cars. Okay, perfect. We've got those mid and extras is all good. So the next video for this series will be what race have we got next? Italy. So this is Monza. Hopefully we'll be able to absolutely fly around here with the car upgrades, and of course sitting in the points. If we get some more points, we'll easily be able to finish in 5th for the constructors. I feel like round 15 of 23. More points, more finishes. The drivers, good job. They only have as you can see 10 months contract with 4 months remaining. He'll be out at the end of the season. We'll be scouting the drivers. We've already scouted as well. Valtteri Bottas is interested in a contract, and the next one is Daniel Ricciardo, but he's only 82, so we'll have to see at the end of the year. Does anyone else feel like joining us? Maybe a Gasly or an Ocon. Those guys are pretty good high drivers, and if we finish above the Alpine team, they might want to move over to us. Alex Albon's not such a bad driver, but Yuki Tsunoda, it's just crash central with him. And the drivers below, I mean, Mick Schumacher, I don't feel like he's fast enough for the team for the second season. But we'll see how that goes at the end of the year anyway. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below. New front wing mid. I'll see you later. Peace.